Good evening, happy people. It's Saturday evening. I'm finishing some work on my laptop, and I want to have a quick discussion about perseverance. And I'm going to read to you guys a quote from Martin Luther King, which I was thinking about today. And it goes, "You must have a tough mind and a tender heart." These sound like such contradicting things, but I feel like that's so important when it comes. What's up, Brandon? When it comes to perseverance, having both, where you have to have a tough mind and a tender heart, and that's something that I really believe in. And I just want to talk about the fact that, like, what is perseverance, and it's so rewarding when things come together for you. For example, I had some stuff happen today that has been something that I've been putting so much work into for months and months and months at a time, and you have to just like literally have blinders on and just be like fully focused in what it is that you're looking to achieve sometimes, because you're going to have so many distractions, so many reasons. What's up, guys? So many reasons to just quit. But if you have strong willpower and you have a tough mind and a tender heart, somebody, what's up, Suhaila? What's up? What's up? I appreciate you guys watching so late at night. But when it comes to perseverance, I really believe in having a tender heart, because you have to sometimes let yourself understand that things won't go perfectly the way you want them to. Maybe the result you're looking to achieve isn't going to come as soon as you want it to. You're going to have some delayed gratification when it comes to seeing the results that you're looking for. All you can control is what you can control. So how much effort are you putting into the goals that you're looking to achieve? The crap's going to happen no matter what. It's just a matter of how's your mindset when it happens, what are you going to do about it, and who are you hanging out with to pump you up when you're going through those tough times and your willpower isn't enough. That's something that's so important, because when we wake up in the morning, you can have a strong why, you can have a strong desire to achieve things, but if you don't have anyone in your life supporting you when you're going through those tough days, man, it is hard to get out of bed. And, as you know, certain things in life are easier to achieve, but sometimes it just feels like nothing's on your side. And when it comes to having that tough mind, we all have a negative tape that plays in our head, something that we've been thinking about all the time, something that we want to take control over, and it's not that easy. We wish it was that easy, but think about it. If everybody just wanted to change their lives and it was that easy, then everybody would have such an amazing, perfect life, doing the things that they want to do, doing the things that they're inspired by, not being afraid to take chances. But it's it's the fact that you have that encouragement behind it that helps you persevere when you're having tough times. And today was just that example of, if you just keep pushing forward, and then there's gonna be a point where something sticks, and it's so rewarding. It's so much more rewarding than if you would have just got it quickly. People don't appreciate things that you get quickly, whether it's in relationships, whether in work results, monetary results, how much money you're making, things that you get as a gift. Think about it. When someone just gives you something, that feels really great. But doesn't it feel so much better when you have to work for it, and you've been saving up money, or you've been doing something for a certain amount of time, and then you finally hit that result? It feels so good. It's so gratifying. And that's something that I feel like parents, teachers, your friends aren't really teaching you these days, where it's okay to have to wait to receive things that you want in life. It's okay that it's going to take time. It's okay to fail when it's really scary. It's all okay. And it's just a matter of you having a circle of people that all have each other's backs. That's not that easy to find. I think everybody can contest to the fact that, like, you've thought you've had good circles in your life. You've thought you've been around good environments, and then something happens that tests you, and you have to see the true colors in people that are around you. You have to see, are they really going to have your back when maybe you're not at your best? Are they going to have your back when you're just having a bad day and you're not that character that they're so attracted to? Think about that too, guys. Like, I think about that more so lately. The people that you have that you would call your friends, your colleagues, people that you really trust, what is it that they like about you? If you really had to ask them. I went through a phase where I used to go hang out with friends all the time, and it felt really good because whenever I'd hang out with them, I'd forget about my life, I'd forget about the world, I didn't have any worries. It felt amazing. But then, yet, the next day after all those amazing feelings went away, I just started feeling depressed again. And I realized that I was hanging out with those people, and it wasn't because they were such amazing people. It wasn't because they were such a good influence on me. It was literally because of the fact that when they're wanting to party or go drink or do whatever, it made me feel good. It made me forget about things. But the character that these people weren't people that were inspiring me, weren't people that were encouraging me and pushing me to be a better person. They just wanted to sit in that emotion, and I was never going to get out of my situation. And nowadays, I really look at when I'm speaking with somebody, what are they trying to bring to the table? Everybody's got that radio station, the "What's in it for me" radio station. And the truth is, I just kind of see through people better now, and it helps me stick to what I need to be focused on. Because the fact is, a lot of people will just like you for one piece of you. Maybe it's like when I'm in a really, really good mood, I make people feel good. But if that's the only thing they like about me, and it's because of the way that I make them feel energetically, are they going to be wanting to be around me when I'm not that way? If I'm just having a bad day, or I'm having a rough time, or I'm not the most positive person in the world? Because you start realizing that sometimes people are not there to be selfless. They're only with you to take. And when you start being able to differentiate between those type of people, those type of relationships in your life, you're really going to be able to move forward faster in life when you can see through that. I can go to a networking event now, and I just don't waste my time with people who are going to try to consume me. Like literally like a blood-sucking leech. I already know. And if you guys have a personality where you're maybe a little bit more timid, a little bit more quiet, I'm kind of like a hybrid. I can be extremely outgoing and very confident, very loud, but I'm naturally an introvert. I'm naturally somebody who I can go to an event for an hour and I just want to go home and be in my bed and not talk to anybody. And I've had to fight that personality type about myself for a very long time now. But you want to get to a point where you can go somewhere with the intention of meeting new people and being able to filter through all of the BS. Because, guys, especially like I'm from LA, so if you're from LA, you get it. Everybody's trying to take over here. Everybody wants to be a rock star. Everybody wants to be an actor in the entertainment industry. Successful in e-commerce. That's really sexy right now. And all that stuff is great, but you're just seeing this overflow of people just trying to take. And it's almost trendy to talk about serving and giving back and all that stuff. But the fact is, like, do you actually mean it? And are you able to be conscious enough to see people's intentions with you? And also start realizing what are your intentions with other people too. You don't want to waste your time with people anymore. And when your goal gets extremely clear, you are going to be able to filter through those people. So that's one thing I'll say about that. And I was thinking about this the other day too. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about the fact that like the sunflower follows the sun. And it made me think about that. When you have a guidance behind you and all of the actions that you do, you're able to follow that light so clearly. And when you get distractions, when you get people being extremely negative, because it's going to happen all the time, every single day, you're going to get negative people in your life. And you have to be able to fight through that. And every day, you have to be able to filter through all the BS and look at your guiding light because it's there. It's right in front of you. You just have to know what you want. And guys, if you don't know what you want right now, that's totally okay. I used to freaking have so much anxiety because I didn't know what the hell I wanted. I used to do music for my whole life, and I went to school for that. I literally buried myself in music. Music was my therapy when I was growing up. I felt like an outcast. I felt like I didn't get along with anybody. So music was my therapy, and because I was really good at playing music, I just confided in that. And that was one of those things where because I did that, I wasn't as conscious of how people were treating me and how, I was affected by that. So nowadays, I have this guiding light of going, what is it that I want in my life? I used to think it was a music career. And then I realized that your purpose has to be bigger than just something that's a monetary gain, something that's literally a physical accolade, like, oh, I have this degree. Oh, I have, this car. Oh, I live in this zip code. All that stuff is great and dandy, but it's actually a byproduct of what it is that you really are pursuing. And those are things that are emotional. When I've finally gotten to this point and I'm 29 years old, I don't have everything together, but at least I'm getting there. And one thing that I can say now is my vision for what I want is clearer. I know that I want to associate with people who inspire me, who I look at as great individuals, where I want to be more like them, where I can see them and how they treat other people, and that inspires me. Guys, have you ever thought about that? Have you ever met people where they treat people differently? That crap drives me crazy because who are you as a person if you can't treat everybody equally? I used to see it all the time in people that I would see other people admiring, and I just saw right through it, and I wanted nothing to do with those type of people where you see them treating someone who's beautiful, someone who's has a high degree or whatever, or success, they're making a lot of money, and they get treated a certain way with that person. But then somebody who that person doesn't respect, they just completely ignore, they don't make eye contact, they're not interested because it's not doing anything for them. They don't even care about that person's existence, and that crap drives me insane. When my first job was working at Ralph's grocery store as a courtesy clerk, and I saw so many different personalities. I was always an observer all my life, and one thing I would notice with all these celebrities that came in, because I worked at the Ralph's in Studio City, so we had a lot of celebrities coming in. They all live in the hills. They all work around there. And I would see the difference in certain people who have that entitlement where they would look down on people, and you can just feel it. It's just such a gross energy. And then I would see other people, just for example, celebrities, where they would treat everybody the same, and they would be interested in me. And to me at that time, I was like, I'm nobody. I'm just some checkout clerk. Why are they being so nice to me? Why are they asking personal questions about me? And I can feel that there's no personal gain attached to it. It's just they want to be a nice person. And when you can get to that point where you are that person, you don't have to be the most outgoing person. You don't have to be some happy-go-lucky, positive, all the time, sunshine and rainbows. Because guess what? Most people don't like that anyways. But what you have to be is somebody who you can be who you truly are all the time. It's such a liberating feeling when you can truly say, you know what, I'm authentic. And you know why we usually aren't doing that? It's because it's really scary. You know why? Because we're so afraid of being judged. I don't know if you've ever been afraid of being judged, but I think the majority of people can get there. And the people who tell me they truly don't care, it's usually because they've been raised a certain way to have that tough kind of skin, or the opposite. If they've just gone through so much crap, they finally just don't care. And I'm finally at my point in my life where I'm like, okay, I just don't care as much. That's kind of nice. But it took a lot of pain in my life to get to that point, to truly go, you know what, I'm caring a little bit less these days. I'm going to start being more like me. So guys, whatever it is that you can embrace about yourself is the reason why people like you. That's something that I think about all the time too, is most of the time that's the thing we're insecure about, because we all know that we have like our little weird tics or things that people notice about us, but the truth is that's the reason most of the time that people like you and acknowledge you. I can't speak for you, but for example, for me, I have like really big hair, and I used to have like big gauges and a lot of piercings, and I used to have dyed hair, and that was kind of my way of saying like, hey, look at me, like this is my thing. And I used to look at it as like, that's what makes me an outcast. But if anything, that was what would get people to go, hey, I get this guy. He likes to be a little bit of different kind of flavor. And the people who didn't like that, the truth is, oh, thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you saying you like my hair. The truth is that the people who aren't into your thing, they're not going to like you anyways. There's nothing you can do. You can be an awesome person, and if they're an awesome person, they're going to acknowledge that about you, even if they don't like the things about you that make you so unique. they weren't meant for you anyways. And when you go through life and you go through those experiences and you have to experience that, you have to realize that you can't win everybody over. You can't have everybody like you. You can be the nicest, coolest, down to earth person, and someone's still going to hate that about you. They're going to be like, why is he so nice? Like, why is he so down to earth? Like, there must be something wrong with him. Why is he so quiet? Like, he must, be an asshole. Like, whatever it is, people will find a way to be a hater, and you just have to accept that that is the contrast in life. You're going to have people who love you and people who hate you for whatever the reason is. And when you can start detaching yourself from the emotion that they're feeling towards you and realize that you're not in control of that, that's them. All you can control is what's going on inside and what you're portraying on the outside. It's extremely liberating. So I honestly think it'd be a great exercise for you guys to do before you go to bed. And just think about 5 things that make you unique about yourself that people would say about you that they like about you. And usually that's the thing that you're actually kind of insecure about. So I've embraced this now, and I'm totally cool with saying, like, you know what? I am the nice guy. I am a kind person, and I'm gonna embrace that. And my whole life I've been told that I'm too nice, and I need to be more tough, and I need to act a certain way. And I have finally accepted that, well, maybe that's the reason why people are going to want to come to me over other people. Don't ever be a pushover. And that goes back to the original quote that I was discussing with MLK. You got to have a tough mind, but have a tender heart with it. And that's the motto that I embrace is, guys, like, I look at myself as a leader, and I want to be able to help guide people. And the truth is, to do that, you have to have a high energy. You have to have confidence. You need to know how to be authoritative. But to have all of those qualities, you don't have to be an asshole. You really don't. You don't have to look down on people. And you don't have to make people feel like you're untouchable. Be the example of the person that you look to be. You don't have to be that person anymore. And in my training this morning with my team, we're watching a video by Bruce Lipton. Check him out. He's awesome, all about subconscious mind. And we're talking about the fact that, here we go, hold on. My back's hurting. We're talking about the fact that, you really have this tape playing in your head, and the way to get yourself to move through it is through repetition. And that's something that, like, every single day, guys, whatever it is that you're looking to do, I was leading up to this just saying, like, he was mentioning fake it till you make it. A lot of people say that doesn't work because you're lying to yourself. But the truth is, yeah, if the emotion you feel when you say something to yourself, if you really don't believe it and you're just completely cut off, that's what I was talking about, just being open-minded, you're not going to be able to believe it. You're not going to be able to let that seep in, that medicine seep in. You've been literally drinking a disease all your life with all the crap that you believe about yourself and all the things that you can't achieve because of what you've been told and what you've told yourself and the things that have reconfirmed the reason why you feel like crap. Let's just say someone, I used to be Mr. Nice Guy, and someone was like, oh, he's such a fag. Like, maybe at that time I really hurt my feelings. And now someone can say anything about me and I would never care because I finally have let myself be detached from their emotions. And it's not easy, but you got to just start drinking the Kool-Aid of the fact that you need to heal yourself. And the only way that's going to happen is by acting as if and talking to yourself like you're that person that you want to be. And I go back to the fact that if you want to be somebody who you're proud of, you need to act like that person. I had a freaking revelation, I don't know, 6 months ago when I thought about the fact that I get the privilege of working in Beverly Hills half the week. I'm in real estate, and I'm literally in an area where there's the most beautiful cars you've ever seen, the most beautiful people. They take care of themselves. They're dressed so sharp. And when I first got into that environment, I felt like such a loser because I was like, this isn't me. I don't have that cookie cutter perfect look. This is totally not my environment. I never grew up like this. And I felt so out of place. I felt myself literally self-sabotaging myself and wanting to get out of this area or wanting to get fired from my team and all these things. I literally felt myself starting to do it. And I had to fight for it and go, no, you know what? I belong here. I don't have to be like everybody else that I'm looking at in this area, but I belong here. I can stand on my 2 feet and say that, you know what? I'm somebody that somebody wants to talk to. I'm somebody that someone would want to do business with. I'm somebody that someone wants to trust. And those are the things that I care about, not the way that somebody's dressed, not the car that they drive. Those are all byproducts of what you've been able to do in your life consistently. And that has to do with your mental status and your repetitions in life and your associations, because most of those people, they're around people doing the same thing. So that is the bar. And when you set your bar high, even if you get over here, it's so much better than being down here in the dirt where you feel like sometimes that's where you belong because that's where you were put. But no one can tell you where you are going. You get to choose that every single day. So guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right now, and I probably should go to sleep. But that's just my reminder for tonight. Is guys, think about 5 things that make you unique, and the reason why people would be gravitating towards you, and own it. If it's an insecurity of yours, realize that that is your personal power. That's the reason why you're special. And that's going to help you stay encouraged to persevere when times get tough. So guys, have a good night. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys next time. Have a nice weekend.